magonjwa, ujue ni Yesu. Tunafunguliwa, ujue ni Yesu. Tunainuliwa, ujue ni Yesu. Usipende kuambiwa maneno na watu. Usipende sikia maneno kwa watu. Usipende kuambiwa maneno na watu. Usipende sikia maneno kwa watu. Unayeumwa ni wewe, kimbilia kwa watu. Usipende kuambiwa maneno na watu. Usipende sikia maneno kwa watu. Unayeumwa ni wewe, kimbilia kwa Yesu upone. Unayeteseka ni wewe, kimbilia kwa Yesu funguliwe. Unayeumwa ni wewe, kimbilia kwa Yesu upone. Unayeteseka ni wewe, kimbilia kwa Yesu funguliwe. Utamu wa mama ingia ucheze. Utamu wa Yesu ingia utauona. Unataka uzima, kwa Yesu utaupata. Unataka kufunguliwa, njoo kwa Yesu ufunguliwe. Unataka uponyaji, kwa Yesu utaupata. Chochote unachotaka, kwa Yesu kinapatikana. Ila unachokiona hapa kwetu, ila unachokiona hapa kwetu, unainuliwa, unatajirika, viwete watembea, jue ni Yesu. Tunainuliwa, jue ni Yesu.
Naomba kumpatia mfawidhi mwenza Bwana Mshendo aweze kuendelea ratiba yetu kuanzia hapo. Nimekuwa wenu mwalimu wa Isaya. Asante sana.
Thank you. Let's appreciate Isaiah. Isaiah, please. Have a clap for Isaiah. Thank you. Thank you. So, tumemaliza awamu ya kwanza ya mkutano wa leo ambayo ilikuwa maombi kwa wanafunzi wetu wa kidato cha 4. Tunataka kuingia awamu ya pili. So, the board of management of Jomo Kenyatta Boys High School, our principal, colleague teachers, wazazi, 2019 first year university students. Good morning. Good morning. Do you believe you are a candidate for being in the university next year? Then give your friend a high five for that. Give your friend a high five for that. So tunataka kuingia katika awamu ya pili. Thank you for that. Thank you. Tunataka kuingia awamu ya pili ambayo ni ya mazungumzo, ni ya maongezi ama hotuba. Na kabla sijamwalika mwalimu mkuu atuongoze katika kipindi hiki, kuna mwanafunzi mmoja wa kidato cha kwanza aliye na hotuba ambayo inachukua tu dakika 2.5. Kwa hivyo nataka kumpa nafasi hii kijana wa form 1 kwa jina Maina Fahim. Maina Fahim, uko karibu. Maina Fahim of one.
Talk about before I start, to make it brief about my speech. When I was in primary, there was this speaker. I can't remember his name, but he was talking about something called the 5 keys of life. Now, distinguished guests, honorable principal and deputy principal, form 4s and the caring parents, good morning. First, I will start by introducing myself. As Mr. Mshendo has said, I'm Maina Fahim Abubakar, 1B8, B18 to 47. Then, the most important thing to do now is to thank God, because if it were not for God, we know all of us here will be in chaos. Nobody knows how the world would be without God, because it's the one who is controlling us. Second, I'm thanking the administration, because if it were not for them, this coming together would be here. Nobody, they are the ones who planned everything. That program, they wouldn't even be knowing about it. It's only them who planned. So let's thank the station. Then I'm thanking you parents, because we can understand that some parents live in very far places. like from some like Mombasa to here. It's kind of a far place, so you might not come or you might come. So parents, I know most of you have left their issues, they have left their things to attend to us, their children. So I'm thanking you too. Now, I wanted to talk about something called the 5 keys of life. The 5 keys of life, they're in question form. 1, who is God? That's the first key of life. Since you came to this world till now, it's only one person who's been taking you through. In your life, you might be having one person, you might not be having any friend, but you know that there is a friend, there is someone who's been looking after you from the beginning till now and until the end. The second key is, who are you? Who are you? Like, how do you control yourself? What do you need? What do you need to instill into this world? I'll make it brief as possible. Let me talk about the ones that I can remember. So about who are you? The speaker told us that, this world is like a pattern. The human beings, when you come together, the pattern fills. So that means, without you instilling something into the world will not be full. You must put something into the world that will help the other generations. Another thing is, how are you? The other key is, how are you? How do you control yourself? How do you control your temper, your emotions? How are you building yourself spiritually, emotionally? When you talk about physically, some of us are thinking about the feast. So, another thing, before I end my speech, there was this boy in Form 2. I can't remember his name, and he was talking about something about, don't wait for something big to look up to God. Because he gave us a story that there was this man who was in Jomo. He was helping in building a house. Then, the boss, the architect, was up there and he wanted to talk to him. So, I'm just trying to remember. Let's say he dropped 50 shillings to the man. When it landed on the surface, the man didn't look up. He just took the 50 shillings, placed it in his pocket, and continued with his work. Another time, he dropped 100 shillings. The man didn't look up. He just placed the money in his pocket. The other time, he dropped 1,000. The man didn't look up, just placed it in his pocket. So, he saw that, he's not drawing attention. So he took a big rock and threw it to the man. Then the man looked up. So, don't wait for something big to look up to God. As I clinch my speech, I leave you with one word, 9 letters, dedicated to everyone in this hall. Gratitude.
Thank you very much, Maina, for him. Give him a better clap. Even for the courage, a Form 1, the courage to come and address us. Tunaendelea vizuri. Nafasi hii nataka kumkabidhi mwalimu mkuu ambaye atatuendesha katika kipindi kinachosalia. Tumpigie makofi Bwana John Mreidi anapokuja kutuelezea. Thank you.
So tumpigie makofi Mshendo. Hata huyo MC ambaye alituongoza wakati wa ibada, pigie makofi. Our BOM Chair, Mr. Munge, our PTA Chair, Reverend Johuna, other members of PTA, and the person who has been used by God to deliver the message to the Form 4. So let's also appreciate him before I continue. Our teachers, our dear parents, and the candidates 2018, good afternoon. So I want to thank God sincerely, for it is only through His mercies that we have been able to come this far. Can we all of us appreciate God once again? We know the many things that are happening all over the country. Most of them that are schemed by the devil to destroy our young people. But sincerely, at Jomo Kenyatta Boys at current, we have the best peace left from God. Can we appreciate God and these young people? It's not that we are very good, but through the grace of God, we want to say that God has been faithful. I cannot forget to thank our teachers and the non-teaching staff who have worked with these people for 4 years, and they are set, and they are prepared, and they are ready. Can we also appreciate our teachers? So, from around October, which is not very far, our candidates will be sitting for the case CSE. They are well prepared, and as I told them, this is a year that I'm expecting the best results from this group. So this group is set, and we believe that we are going to have very good results coming through this group. In terms of projects, you are all aware about our history, and one of our major projects for those parents who started with us in Form 1 was to split the two schools. This was something that has been talked to for many years before we started. But through God's grace, we initiated that project. This is the last Form 4. They were in Form 1 when it was a mixed school. It is the last group that is exiting because the current Form 3 did not have the experience of the mixed school, the Form 2 and the Form 1. This is the last group exiting, and that is why there are 5 streams, sorry. So the candidature is 263. It's equally a big group, and there are 5 streams. So I want to believe, so the Form 3 are 7 streams. The Form 3s are 7 streams, while the Form 2 are 7 streams, slightly above 400, while the current Form 1 is 520. So when we initiated the splitting project, the idea was to give more access to young people. And that time, the Form 1 were about 250 to 300 because there were 7 streams. Currently, you can hear our Form 1 are 520. On the other side of the girls, they are 300, about 315 because there are 4 streams also. So you can see 520 with around 515. The total Form 1 in the 2 setups now is above 800. So almost 400 young people have accessed education through that project. So I want to take this opportunity to thank the Form 4 parents who are part of this process and the rest of the parents, because when we did the splitting, it did not end up there. Most of the people thought in 2016 when the girls went on the other side, the splitting was over. Remember, the girls went with their dorms. We have been constructing a dorm every year. Because like now when the Form 1s are 500 and the Form 4s are 260, it means the process is ongoing. And last year we completed the dorm well. This year the dorm now is almost being roofed. Remember, we had intention of doing a fundraising which we postponed, and we did not do it to give room for the girls to do their fundraising. We also had intention of doing the fundraising to put the floors because they are terrible. And we initiated that project. We are doing it. Currently, we have done about 10 rooms on tiles. Some of them are staff rooms, classes. But we realized that the tiles may not have a long life. So we are now doing the terrazzo. And so far we have done we're in the 5th class doing terrazzo. And once we do the terrazzo, we are painting the class. And we believe sometime to come we'll paint the whole school. So kutoka nje hii shule inakaa kama ile vijana wanasema imechapa. Kumbuka mama kama amezaa mtoto, amezaa mwingine, hata yeye anakaa kama amechapa. Lakini akirudi aoge, watoto wakishakuwa waende university, unaona anarudi msichana tena. Kwa hivyo hata hii shule imezaa. Na baada ya kuzaa sasa mtoto amekuwa, unajua kwamba hii shule itarudi msichana, si ndivyo? So kwa hivyo naamini kwamba it's just a matter of time and we want to believe. So currently the domes we are doing a dome. We are also doing the floors. We are painting the classes and possibly changing the blackboards to whiteboards, and we believe that it's just a matter of time that we'll be able to see good things happening in this school. So the discipline, which I've always said is the foundation, is good. We lose discipline, we have lost it. So we lose discipline, we have lost it. And currently I would want to say the boys are behaving, have already started becoming gentlemen. So I don't take it for granted. I only want to say thank you so much. So I wish to say that all of us have many things that they are hoping for tomorrow. Na ndio pastor akasema kwamba masomo haikwishi. Pia sisi walimu huwa tunasoma. Hata mimi principal nimekuwa nikieleza hawa vijana kwamba mimi wanasoma. Despite the fact that I'm very busy. So after I did my masters, I initiated to do the PhD. And I want to tell the parents, as I told the students in the morning, that 2 weeks to come on Friday, I'll be graduating with my doctorate degree, PhD. So this is just to tell these young people, they have a responsibility to themselves. They have a responsibility. It's them to choose what they want to be. Please agree to fly like the eagles. It is better there. Don't be part of those who be scratching like chicken because it's not sweet down there. Please work for it because it is not going to come on a silver platter. We always say the journey to success is not through a lift but through the staircase. I also told them that I have this kind of a feeling that I had when my daughter told me that she's getting married. By the way, I have 2 daughters, both of them married, each of them with 2, so I'm a grandfather of 4. So when my daughter told me she's getting married, I was happy on one hand because that's a step that I've always prayed, that I knowing that that's the way for the daughters. But I was also remorseful because I knew she's leaving me. I also told them that when my daughter did the interview for going to boarding, St. Mary Primary, I felt the same feeling. I was happy she passed the interview, but I was also feeling she's going. And I told them that that's exactly what is happening to me. Success coming, but at the same time, other things coming, because as I mentioned to them and preparing them, that so I want to serve the nation now in a different capacity, and we have talked with them so that they may not just see that separation part, but to celebrate with me because they are also going. So I said Jomo Kenyatta started in 1974. And in 1974 to 78, we had the first principal, who was Mr. Kinyanjui, who was here for 5 years. And within the year of 1978, when Mr. Jomo Kenyatta passed on, this school experienced his passing over. There is strength in the name. Because Jomo Kenyatta experienced a turbulent time in 1978. Because Mr. Kinyanjui left in 1978. In 1978, we had Mr. Bote, who was here less than a term. In 1978, we had Mr. Karoga, who was here for just a term. In 1978, we had the government thought that something needs to be done to this school. Because I've already talked about Mr. Kinyanjui, Mr. Bote, Mr. Karoga, and finally the government brought a Karasinga, Mr. Giu, in the same year, 1978. 4 principals in 1978. And Mr. Mr. Giu stabilized the school for 13 years before handing over to the 50th principal, who is Mr. Njoroge, who only stayed for about 2.5 years, but went to ministry because he was a pastor. And in 1994, Mr. Gachanja took over. He is the longest serving principal who served this school for 15 years. And after his retire, I took over in 2008 September. And that means that in September, I will be exactly 10 years, which is I requested for early retirement, which is taking effect on 1st September. So it is in that spirit that I'm saying, I'm happy that I have attained a mileage related to my academics, but I feel confused because I have to part with this great family of Jomo Kenyatta, as this will be my last AGM. We have talked with the CEO TSC, and we are in agreement that this is not just any other school. That they can just look at names and post people. They must do their homework well and get somebody who is a much better performer than Mr. Morelli. I feel my mission here was to stabilize the school, separate the school, and I believe the person who is coming here is going to take this school now to the main school that has never been had in this school. Because we are in agreement. This is not a school that you just look at names and you post. They must do their homework well, and that is why I gave them enough time, and I want to believe that all things work for the good. Even if I did take early retirement, which is a choice that I have made, to serve the nation in a different way. I mentioned to them that I'm the National Chairman Peer Councillors Association, which we are training all the HODs, and currently we have already conducted elections in 40 counties. We are remaining with only about 7, and that is Marsabit, Turkana, Kakamega, and Northeastern. So part of my time I will be in Nairobi, and I want to serve this nation in terms of taking counseling to another level. One of the challenges is counseling is the in thing now that must be embraced by everybody. But somehow people have not really taken serious initiative with the wellness. So like there is a bill now in Parliament, and I thought Mheshimiwa would be here. But personally, I've said it was going to be one of my tasks to ensure that that bill does not go through. The bill indicates that counseling in Kenya can only be done by people with masters.
people have masters. 99% of the heads of counseling departments in the nation don't have masters. 100% of teachers who do digital counseling in primary school don't have masters. And almost 90% of the pastors who also do counseling don't have masters. So a few million people who have masters would want to secure those jobs, and they wanted to make it grow, and it's already in pilot. So this is a deal that we cannot allow, and I want to believe that we are going to lobby to ensure that it doesn't go through. So in my own personal life, I will also be, my wife retired about 15 years ago, and we initiated a college in Nakuru called Serene Education Center. So once in a while, when I'm not in Nairobi, I will also be preparing for my future through there. And as such, I'm not away from schools. It's only that I will be serving this nation in different capacities. My prayer, as I've said, even if I would not have gone through my voluntary retirement, the current policy for the government is that no principal should remain in 1 year for 9 years. One school for 9 years. I'm currently making 10 years. Most of those the extra county principals were delocalized. So even if I had not that choice of going out, definitely at some point I would still go. I told them this school is bigger. The principalship and is an appointment. And like before, if I make a mistake, I cannot be taken back to class to teach because it's an appointment. If either I'm a principal or I'm sacked. The same case for the deputies. They cannot be taken back to class like it used to be before. You are either a deputy or you go home. So that is part of the current CBA, and we believe that all of us are getting adapted to it. Change is inevitable. What is important is for you to know that wherever you will be, please don't settle down until you will be at the top. Your first engagement, wherever you will be, you must prepare to go to the top. That's what I'm saying. Don't just settle at small things. Have big ambitions, but work for them. I know some of these guys who are serious businessmen for tomorrow. There are people who are serious businessmen. And I want to believe that the first engagement is get a degree, get some money, and then move your cheese to where you belong. The other thing is that we must assist these people to identify their talents. Times have gone when you just take children to just any course, just because it is what is available. We must identify their talents. I was giving an example to one of my friends whose son did law, but in second year he started doing IT, and he never even went for the certificate for law. He's a guru in terms of IT, and he's getting money because that is what he belongs. So I think I told them that one of the things that have made me move out, it is a project that we have initiated with the Gates Foundation related to talents, related to pursuing of degrees with international universities. Because at Serene Education Center, we have now the first gift and talent clinic. We had one in Nairobi at Adams Arcade. For Rift Valley, Western and Nyanza, they have now placed one. This is where you can take your children and you are able to test their talent. How does it go? I think I'll give somebody who will be able to say just something small. The other thing, which I will say to the parents, Kenya has lost young people who did not attain the C+. I want everybody to go to university through the C+. But I want to tell you that the young people who are at home just because they never did their C+, that does not mean that they cannot do degrees. If you connect with the international universities, they don't look at that C+. And I want to believe through the same Gates Foundation, which connects with about 141 universities, if you connect with them, they can be able to guide you how your son, even if he got a C, or can be able to get a degree. But it's better when you do it
through the local system. That is the finance system through the health. It is cheaper. But if you don't have money for the parallel, connect with the Gates Foundation, and it is much cheaper than even our parallel system, and it takes much lesser time. I don't want to say more. I only want to say that for the parents, who maybe you have always wished to do a degree, you have always wished to do your master's, you have always wished to do your PhD, and you did not get the C+, you are locked out, you have an opportunity if you connect through the Gates Foundation and with the international universities to make that dream come true. So I want to call somebody who will just say for 5 minutes what they do about the talent clinic only, and then I'll call up the chairman. Can you? Today is an important day also as Madam comes, because we will also, maybe let us just say, don't take more than 5 minutes. Not more.
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon. Yes, my name is Jane Anio, and I'm the one who is in charge of Gift and Talent Clinic and the experiential learning with the Gates International. We are based in Jomo House, 4th floor, and once you come here, when you come there, you will find us. We are doing about 3 issues. One is about the gift and talent, whereby we would expect our students to identify their talents and their gifts. And this again has to go with the career guidance and counseling, such that watoto wetu, they will not make mistakes ya kufanya selections which will not help them at the university. So they can come to our clinic. We take them through the career guidance and counseling. We give them options as we help one another. And once they are able to identify that which they want, we again take them through another process through the software, some formulated questions by the same body that Gates International, and finally we are able to confirm with a machine. Believe you me, the way we were created, it's very different from the way we think we are. And that is why unakuta mtu mmoja is a teacher and is able to teach well, the other one is a doctor and ETC. But when we take the student through this screening, even in the machine, but we are not doctors, the student will come na simame hapo, and then the whole information will be read. Again, we shall be able to interpolate that tuweze kuambia huyu mwanafunzi, you can be good in A, B, C, D, and then we shall leave it to the student and to the parent to explore and see the way they are able to go. Now, after the career guidance and the screening again, we still have these programs for adult experiential learning. Just what the principal has said. If you would wish to continue with your studies, we just need you to give us a CV on a soft copy. Whatever we are doing is paperless. We are not involved in any writing materials. Once you give us your CV, you detail all the things that you have done and what you do up to this point. This will earn you credit transfer. So that means you will spend less time as you pursue the course that you are looking for, and you will still pay less. Now again, you'll be given the choice of the universities which you can choose from, and there are about 141. And so it will depend on where you want to go. So our doors are quite open, and to parents actually, it is true, our children together with us as parents, they make a lot of mistakes. Unakuta wanafunzi like the form 4 now, wakifanya mtihani wao, there will come a time for the selection. Mtoto anachagua hii, anawacha. Anachagua hii, anawacha. This is something that I went through with my daughter last year. Tunachagua tukiwachilia. You end up not doing very well because you don't know what you can do. You are most welcome to our clinic, and we are there for you. I have a lot at the door. You can pick them from me. I have a lot of information in my flash. Please get my number, and then once you send me your phone number, I'll be able to email you all the information that I have. Thank you very much. Yes, my number is 0748 157 944. I'm repeating, 0748 157 944. Jane Manio.
Sorry for taking advantage to market, but I've taken advantage because I'm going away. So I think I'm allowed. What I want to say is that for the screening, there is the oral screening, then the software, then the machine. The server here is connected to Nairobi, which now sends that information to US, and then after about 3 weeks or 1 month, the whole of that information comes, and you are able to see the details about your child. Because wengine wanasema atafanya law kwa sababu anasikia rafiki yake anasema hivyo, ama kwa sababu ndio fashionable, but that is not where their line is. Please don't make mistake. The times have gone, and currently we have technology. I want to say that our PTA chairman, Reverend Jomo, who has served us through the period when we were splitting, to the period when we were up to this point, kwa sababu sheria ya ministry sasa, it is that if you don't have a child in the school, you cannot be a PTA chairman. And I think the circulars were released. Yeye mtoto wake alimaliza last year, na kwa hivyo tungetaka hata kuendelea na yeye kwa sababu ya uwezo wake, lakini kwa sababu ya hiyo sheria, then kamati ya PTA ilikutana na ikafanya election. Kwa hivyo ningetaka kusema kwamba we are going to also bid farewell. Reverend Jomo just come. So I'll give him time to say something. He has been tumpige makofi kwa kazi ile amefanya. So he is going to say something, and then I'm going to introduce the new PTA chairman ambaye sasa atatuongoza katika hiyo kipindi kingine. Surely you have been a blessing here to take us through that project. Mpaka tukanunua basi, tumejenga madom karibu 4. I think he deserves a better clap. Can you appreciate him? He's a quiet man, but achieves a lot. So maybe you give him time to say something, and then we will give him a gift before we introduce the new PTA chairman, who will then take over. I want to request our POM chairman, Mr. Munge, to come and give Reverend Jomo his gifts, and thereafter he will make some comments before we introduce the new chairman. Kwa sababu afanyi kazi peke yake, so atampelekea.
The chairman, BOM, Colonel Edward Mungi, the secretary BOM and the principal of Jomo Kenyatta, Mr. John Muridi, and also the incoming PTA chair, Pastor Gitonga, the invited guests, teachers, parents and students. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Hamjambo wote. God is good and all the time, and that's his nature and a witness. Nashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa sababu ya wakati huu na fursa hii ambao amenipa na kunikarimia ili niweze kunena machache kwa vile ametufanyia tangu tulipojiunga na shule hii. Kwa majina yangu kama vile Mr. John Muridi, the principal, amesema ni Reverend Frederick Juguna Kimani, na Kristo ni Bwana ameniokoa na kunihifadhi katika wema wake. Nimekuwa katika mstari wa kwanza kuendelea kushughulikia shule hii kama vile ambavyo wazazi walinichagua wakati tuliingia hapa mwaka wa 2014 ambapo kijana wangu walijoin form 1, na kwa hivyo tumekuwa tukifanya kazi pamoja. Nichukue fursa hii kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa yale yote ametutendea tukiwa pamoja kama wazazi na pia na walimu. Ametutendea makuu sana, na mahali tumefika tunasema ni Bwana katika shughuli zote, na you bear me witness ya kwamba Mungu ametutendea mazuri, na hakika yetu ni kushukuru na kusema ni asante. Nataka kushukuru pia chairman na BOM kwa vile tumeendelea kuongoza shule hii kwa uadilifu na makini sana, na pia tukaweza kuwa na fursa ya kusplit the two schools na tukaona yote ikakuwa successful. Kwa hivyo nashukuru sana chair pamoja na BOM wote kwa sababu ya kazi nzuri ambayo tumeona katika matokeo yetu ya elimu na pia katika projects ambazo tumezifanya. Pia nishukuru muungano wa wazazi na walimu ambao mimi ndio nilikuwa chair wao. Members, nashukuru sana maana mmekuwa mkihudhuria mikutano, tumejadili hoja ambazo zilikuwa mbele yetu kwa uadilifu na makini, na yote tumeweza kutimiza wajibu wetu ambao Mungu alikuwa ametuwekea mbele yetu. Chairman, nichukue fursa hii kuwashukuru sana wazazi ambao ndio stakeholders wa Jomo Kenyatta. Nashukuru sana wazazi maana umejitoa mkalipia watoto wetu karo kwa wakati unaofaa, na kwa hivyo watoto wetu wakakuwa wakisoma vizuri bila ya kufukuzwa, bila ya kukibizana hapa na pale. Na kwa hivyo nachukua fursa hii kuambia asante sana, na Mungu awabariki kwa kazi ambazo mnazifanya, na ili uendelee kuwafundisha na kuwatunza watoto wetu hadi pale Mungu atakapoweza. Basi pia nashukuru kwa sababu wazazi pia wamekuwa mstari wa kwanza wa kuhakikisha nidhamu ipo kuanzia manyumbani inakuja hadi shuleni, maana nidhamu ni ya msingi sana katika maisha yetu na imeanzia nyumbani, na kwa hivyo ukiona ikija hadi shule najua wazazi wamefanya jambo nzuri. Pia nichukue fursa hii kuwashukuru walimu ambao pia wamekuwa katika mstari wa kwanza kuhakikisha wanafunzi wetu na vijana wetu tunaowapenda wamepata elimu ya kwanza ambayo ni nzuri sana, na nachukua fursa hii kuambia asanteni sana. Mungu azidi kuwapa nguvu zake za kuendelea kuwafunza wale wote watapitia mikononi mwenu, na msichoke kutenda mema. Basi kwa wanafunzi wetu ambao sasa tunasema ni 2019 first years in the university and various colleges, kwanza ni washukuru sana 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 kwa sababu mmekuwa vijana wazuri ambao wanafanya sisi pale nje tunaheshimika, maana mmeweka nidhamu ya hali juu, mmekuwa watiifu kwa walimu, kwa wazazi na hata kwa wanafunzi wenzenu. Sasa niseme ya kwamba miaka sasa ni 4 yataka kuisha, na mlijua yenye iliwaleta hapa, na hakika remain focused up to this juncture. Na kwa hivyo langu kwanza ni kuwashukuru kwa vile ambavyo umekuwa tangu mlipoingia hapa na sasa mkondo wa mwisho. Niseme ya kwamba nyinyi wote you have what it takes to be a graduate na pia kujoin a tertiary college. Nikiangalia kati yenu naona daktari, naona lecturer, naona lawyer, naona maengineer, naona walimu, ziapo ni pazuri, iko ndani yetu. Naona vipawa vizuri vya kuendeleza maisha na pia za kusimamia nchi yetu. Kuna viongozi na kwa hivyo iko ndani yetu. Naona vipawa vizuri vya kuendeleza maisha na pia za kusimamia nchi yetu. Kuna viongozi na kwa hivyo msife moyo, mujikaze. The final lap inakuja na maandiko inasema hivi, mwisho wa jambo ni wa busara sana kuliko mwanzo. Labda ulianza vibaya, lakini hakikisha umemalizia vizuri. Kwa hivyo nawatakia kila heri mnapoketi kufanya mtihani. Neema za Bwana ziwe pamoja nanyi na afya njema, na basi tukimalizia tutakuja tu katika ukumbi huu na kumwambia Mungu ni asante. Bwana asifiwe. Bwana principal, nashukuru kwa sababu tumefanya mengi pamoja.